Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Libras, let's take a quick peek here at what is kind of the tree of life energy right now. We have got a King of Pentacles and we have got the Five of Swords sideways as a central topic here. I don't know if Libra is heavily thinking about an argument or a fight that they had. They may still have a hostile emotion toward somebody who is a King of Pentacles, or they think that the King of Pentacles is like doing great, but they're still mad at Libra. There's some kind of like, there's an awareness that there was mutual conflict, but then there's also this sense of either like stability or the desire for stability after conflict. But it almost feels like, okay, this could be Libra. Libra could be saying, yeah, we had a fight and I don't care. I feel great. I don't care. Yep, the hostility still is there too. But you know what? I'm living my best life in spite of it. This could also be Libra is thinking somebody doesn't even seem to care, even though there's all this drama. What's underneath all this? Six of Swords. It feels almost like Libra is saying, I'm still working on moving on from this, but somebody else acts like everything's fine and dandy. Let me just ask real quick, is everything fine and dandy with this person? We have got the Liberation card sideways. No, it's not, but they may be saying, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm trying to give forgiveness to Libra or hope that Libra feels the same way toward me. I'd like Libra back, but I don't know if Libra wants me back. If Libra did, yes, I'd want them back too. Maybe there could be a do-over. Maybe everything could transform, but I don't really know what's going to happen. They're not, oh, so happy-go-lucky. They haven't just forgotten Libra. Not at all. But Five of Swords, they're like, but Libra hates me. Five of Swords, Libra doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, so we have two people both thinking of the fight, but this to me says Libra's like, oh, they don't even care. They're just totally fine. But this just says, no, they're not. But they think Libra hates them and there's not much they can do about it. They think, Libra blocked me. Libra doesn't want to talk to me. Libra says, well, we blocked each other. But I guess I need to move on from this. So basically, I would say two people are both struggling to move on from things, at least in this. Okay, what's recent past for Libra? Two of Pentacles. Libra seems to have been trying to make a balanced life. They maybe were trying to balance work life. They were trying to create balance in a relationship, trying to create harmony. Maybe they were trying too hard to give too many passes to somebody, or maybe Libra was just really, really, really busy and it felt like they were always pulled apart. Let me see. What's the higher perspective on all of this? We've got the Hermit. There is some energy of there's no way that this could be the way it ends. We need to still get the higher perspective. This silence, this solitude is there for a reason. Hang on, let me just go back and ask, what crosses this whole drama? Because I feel like this is a very big blockage or something for Libra. We have got the Page of Pentacles. It's like, are we really never going to speak again? Is this how this goes? Is this where this ends? There's no communication. We ended on an angry note and that's it. And they're fine with that. Is that really how this goes? And I think the higher perspective says, maybe there's nothing to say yet because two people are still very focused on the argument, the fight. And so there really hasn't been either enough time for some deep thought, or there's, I don't know, this could be that they wait for Libra to talk to them. Look, they're under the impression Libra hates me. Libra blocked me. Let me just ask, why do you think Libra hates you and blocked you? Libra's oh so big mad at you. Five of Wands. This is what they've come to the conclusion of specifically this year in Year of the Snake. They've thought themselves around and around and around, and they've said, Libra doesn't think about me anymore, except to know they hated me, and that's why they blocked me, because they wanted me out of their life. So, I mean, I can understand if Libra did block this person, that's what their assumption is, Libra hates me. I've thought about it a lot. And the only reason that you block somebody like that is to make sure that they can never talk to you again. So Libra doesn't like me. I have to make peace with that, even if I haven't made peace with that. Let me just ask, has Libra contemplated that concept? Seven of Swords, Libra's like, no, I ran away from somebody because they were a liar. But it could also be Libra saying, I am lying a little bit if I don't acknowledge that maybe I did do that. Okay. Hang on, let me get one more. Six of Pentacles. I mean, there could be an element where maybe Libra has been hoping that they would come back in and beg forgiveness. You notice how Libra holds those Libra scales. And it's like, I want them on their knees. I want them to try to come and say that they're sorry to me. So maybe Libra is keeping distance from somebody who, and they're like, I can't believe this. They really are just going to leave it like this. We're never going to speak again. We had a fight and it's over. That's not actually what I wanted. I wanted them to come in and try to make things right with me. But in their impression, Libra hates me. They blocked me very thoroughly. And I realize it's because they don't like me anymore. So I have to be okay with that. I have to let this go. Okay, so we have, please remember, this whole story could, of course, be flipped, right? But we have certainly some, maybe this is why we have that deep thinking. The higher self is saying, hang on, let me consider this. How is it? Do I really think that they're just good and this is just, they don't even think about me anymore? Or is there something, some piece of this that I am missing? And I would argue that this is probably part of what our Libra might be missing. Like if they want to put up boundaries and blockages with somebody, but still secretly wish that person would break down those boundaries so that they could come in and beg forgiveness, this person's not going to be doing any of that. It would have to be that Libra might even have to open up the conversation of, you know, like reaching out to them first to even offer some kind of, you know, like, and maybe just to ask the question, like, does this even bother you? Are you just over this? You know, I don't know what Libra, you know, is going to be thinking about, but it just says that there's a little bit more of, you know, contemplating in one's own heart and soul. Maybe Libra's going to discover they don't even want this person back, you know. Let me look at the upcoming future. What's the next chapter here? We have a Two of Swords. There is still something here where Libra's like, I feel either uncomfortable. Maybe Libra wanted this person to make them feel comfortable. And they're like, I don't want to reach out to somebody. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. In the upcoming future, it says Libra is actually still blocking. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's what Libra needs to do, is move on from this. We've got a King of Wands. Maybe Libra is waiting for somebody else, but they think that they're still kind of like stunned that this previous King of Pentacles could just let things go. But maybe deep down, Libra knows that they don't want the King of Pentacles. I mean, I will say this, at every turn, it appears that Libra has authentically blocked them, while still saying, how could they leave it like this? Don't they want to fight for this as I put up blockages? But maybe Libra, in truth, is continuing to put up blockages because they actually want somebody else. And maybe they just haven't quite, you know, acknowledged that to themselves yet. Let me take a look. Wishes, dreams. We've got a Knight of Cups. Libra wants somebody to come in like a hero. They want love to come find them. They do want, and maybe they want somebody they don't already have bad history with. You know, that Five of Swords was gnarly. That was messy. That was a mess. And both people know it. If Libra's like, look, ideally, I would have a knight in shining armor. I would have somebody who enters into my world that I haven't had big drama with. Let's see an outcome here for Libra. We do have a Five of Cups. I feel like Libra is going to be like purging the sorrow and the frustration surrounding this situation that didn't yield what they wanted. And there's Libra standing there with their you know, justice. It feels like maybe Libra is just now realizing, as much as they wished that maybe that Earth person would turn around, come back and be like, let me fix things with you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I was mad at you, or blah, blah, blah. Maybe in truth, Libra is getting down to the real grains of everything and saying, the fact of it is, it's really sad that that's what happened. And it makes me sad. But honestly, I deserve better. Because this is Libra stepping into their own, you know, internal energy of, I am the Justice card. Let me go back and say, in the past, remember we had that Two of Pentacles? It seems to me like Libra is saying, I was trying so hard. And please forgive me if I've been calling you guys Virgo at any point. I had just done a Virgo video, so forgive me if that was still on the tip of my tongue. We have a Seven of Wands. It feels like Libra is saying, everything I tried to make peace with that person or everything I tried to give, I was always met with yet another blockage. And I'd have to do some more fancy footwork to try to appease them. Maybe this person was not going to be pleasable. Maybe it's deep down, that's the real reason Libra didn't try to reach out to them after this thing ended on a bad note, because they were like, hell no, I bent over backwards for them. Everything I tried to be nice and, acquiescing on, it would just be one more problem, one more obstacle, one more issue, always another blockage, always another hurdle to get over. I don't want that. They can't act like that. Then have a big, you know, argument with me and then think I'm going to try to smooth things over with them. They would need to try to smooth things over with me. They pushed me too far. That's why I blocked them. But in truth, I don't want them back. That's why I haven't unblocked things. I've still been stunned that they didn't try to fix things with me, but in truth, I don't think I want that. That's what this looks like. Is like Libra is realizing I don't want that. We have the Empress. That's Libra Taurus. This feels like Libra is saying, I want to be treated way better. At the end of the day, I totally want to be treated way better. What happens with this person, the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles, they do cry over Libra with that Five of Cups. They cry over this relationship ending and leaving it this way, the same way Libra cries over it, because I don't think it was supposed to have gone this way. What's their final perspective on all this? Nine of Swords. I mean, they still hurt over Libra. They still think about Libra, but I don't think they were willing to like chase Libra to try to get Libra to talk to them again. Libra might have thought they wanted this person to do that, but Libra kept on putting up blockages. So I'm thinking maybe deep down, Libra wasn't being truthful with themselves, that they really didn't want this person. In truth, they wouldn't have probably blocked them so much if Libra had actually wanted this person. It's like their subconscious knew more than their conscious mind did. But I do feel like the King of Pentacles, it is sad that this is over. And I think that they'll always like not quite have an answer as to, maybe they don't understand why Libra hates them so much, but they think Libra hates them. And I'm not saying Libra hates them. Okay. I know I keep saying that, but I don't really mean it that way exactly. But they are like, I just want to walk away from somebody that's so mad at me that they block me and don't want to talk to me. They walk away. They're not going to come back in and chase Libra, even though it will always be like, I'm not sure. It's really sad that this is how it ended. It'll always be like confusing. It'll always be one of those things where I don't think that they intended to have such a bad ending with Libra. I don't know if they typically have bad endings with people like that. This bothers them that it was such a terrible ending with Libra, but it does look like Libra did not really want them back. It looks like Libra really didn't want them, but Libra needed to come to that conclusion themselves. I don't want them is the truth of it. Let me just go over here and say, with that past situation where it was like, oh man, I tried to balance things, but then there was always another problem with the Seven of Wands. Nine of Cups, it kind of looks like Libra was not 100% honest with themselves either about like, I have a better time being single. Look, I'm not saying Libra sabotaged this, but I am saying that there is an element where maybe Libra didn't really want to have to accommodate another person oh so much. Maybe they found like, oh my God, seriously, how much more do I have to accommodate? It's hard for me to make so many accommodations. I kind of like to do my thing that makes me happy. Maybe this wasn't a good match for Libra. Maybe this person was kind of cramping Libra's style. Libra tends to be happier, it looks like, doing their own thing their own way. Does Libra end up with a King of Wands? I mean, it seems like they want a different person. Eight of Swords says not anytime real soon. I kind of think in this, Libra needed to just be single for a bit. They weren't really looking for having to give so much of their time, energy, and having to, if they had to bend so much just to make a relationship work. I think deep down Libra was like, I don't want to. I resent it. I want to be able to do me and be happy. I like my empire the way it is. at the end of the day, I don't think that this is any kind of a tragedy. It does look like Libra wants to just do their own thing for a minute. I don't even see them wanting to get with another person. This Libra may say, I love being single. I love being the Empress. I love not having to accommodate other people's whims and needs all the time. And that's not to say maybe the King of Pentacles expected too much accommodation, or maybe Libra just thinks anything like that is just more than what they want to give right now. Either way, it just says, although this is kind of a shame that it ended so ugly, on the other hand, I think this was going to end anyway, because this wasn't really on Libra's life path. Libra's path right now looks so much happier with them being the Empress and them being the person who's like fully in charge of their life, with that Justice card. It just looks like Libra's very, very happy now with the route that they are taking. Eight of Pentacles. Libra's got other fish to fry. They got other dreams. They got other things to put their attention to at the moment. It feels like a very independent, spirited, possibly divine feminine Libra who wants to work on something totally different. It's not even, relationship isn't even at the top of their list after all. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.